Hello once again. This is Charles Richard, and I haven't done a video for quite some time. And it's not important for me to be creating all these videos, on a constant basis because I'm not really a YouTuber. I'm not really a content creator. But once in a while, I like to pop up in here and sort of talk to you folks about something that I think, might help you make, some decisions, as to where it is that you're going to go with your content creation, how you spend your money, how you spend your time, what's important, just, little things like that. And that's really what I like to talk about. I don't, I know sometimes I might sound, arrogant, I might sound too fanboyish, right? But I can only talk to you about the things that I have experienced, the things that I have personally used. I don't like to speculate and talk about things that I haven't used or that I don't use or that I just, in other words, that it doesn't sort of meet my needs because everything that I buy, I don't really need, to be honestly truthful. All right. But a lot of the things that I do buy, I buy it with an intention, right? That it is going to meet something that I am looking for at the time that I actually purchase it. So for this Christmas, I want to talk to you because Christmas is so close and so near. And sometimes we sort are lost in this world of technology, and now with this AI and all these new things that are coming into play, right? People sort of are a little bit confused, and maybe they're not, all right? But I think that I think that this might be able to help you folks. How I spend my money, to me, it's important for me. It's important for me because I want to be able to stay financially stable, and I want to be able to enjoy the little things that I need or that I would like to do. And a lot of times you don't really need a whole lot of money. This is why I love one of the YouTubers that I watch a lot. His name is Marcus Pix. And Marcus Pix is very well known for creating stuff, creating this wonderful world of creating and doing things, in a very inexpensive way. He shows us that although he has worked with people like Steven Spielberg, it doesn't he doesn't use so much sophisticated stuff, and he's got it all. He really does. I don't have as much stuff as he does because I don't know if he just loves to buy things, you know what I'm saying? And although I do like to buy stuff, I still stick with my brand of choice, which is Fujifilm, and then my second brand of choice, which is Leica. And there's a reason behind it, but those are my own opinions and my own personal reasons. It doesn't mean that you have to stick with those. You can go with Sony, Canon, Nikon, Panasonic, it doesn't matter what you use. All right. But the basis of what I am doing this video is basically to tell you that, you can have a whole production thing for under $2,300. That includes your laptop, your camera, and I am posting stuff right now showing what this very inexpensive setup can do. And I'm going to tell you what I'm using. I'm using, as you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, you guys know that I have an abundance of Fujifilm gear. But I've chose this camera because it actually brings the ease of use, which with a lot of things, okay, that we as content creators need to be able to do. But one of the things that I do want to mention that a lot of you are missing on this point is that when brand new gear comes out, it doesn't matter what company it comes out from, including Fujifilm, Leica, Panasonic, Sony, Canon. It doesn't matter what company it is. There are going to be bugs, all right, in that system that you buy because it's too new. And eventually, a lot of these companies, what they do is they fix these bugs through firmware. So you have to make a choice whether you want to buy a brand new camera system that potentially has certain bugs in certain areas, and then you are at the mercy of the company releasing a firmware, if they do, because sometimes they don't, all right? And when they do, sometimes it takes a long time for them to do that, or buying a camera that is what I call mature, right? And these bugs have been worked on and has been fixed. So the camera of choice that I picked, and this is for a very inexpensive setup, but it has so much power, is this Fujifilm. This is the X-S10. Why do I choose the X-S10 over the X-S20? Well, to begin with, it is $400 cheaper, and you can buy this setup here at Best Buy without the microphone. This is a Sennheiser microphone, the MKE 200, which is only $79 at Amazon. But you can buy this setup right now at Best Buy for $12.99. That includes the lens, $12.99. Now, why do I choose this over, let's say, the X-S20, which is the newer camera? It's got much more power and all this mumbo jumbo stuff. Well, let me sort of give you a very generalized, quick crash course of what the differences are. The X-S10 is a mature camera that has had proper firmware modifications that makes this camera a lot stabler and a lot less buggier than the X-S20. One. Number two, it uses the exact same sensor as the X-S20. The difference is in the processor. This processor is the last generation processor. The X-S20 uses the brand new processor. The brand new processor is only great and good if you are going to be doing something that requires that sort of power. And in reality, if you're doing ProRes and you're doing all this other super high-end stuff, then yes, I can see where it would benefit you. But for content creation, you don't need to be doing ProRes. For content creation, this has more than enough power. If you want ProRes, this can record ProRes also externally. But this records internally, 4K. It does, okay, 120 and 240, slow motion. It does a lot of things that are more than enough, way more than enough to be able to create content creation. And the autofocus of this with all the firmware updates is on par with the X-S20. Now, you have to realize, all right, that I'm talking about, a camera that is mature because of all the firmware updates. And that goes for any camera, not just the Fujifilm. This happens a lot. It can happen with the Sony. It can happen with the Panasonic. It can happen with any brand, okay? What is important is that it has the maturity, right, where any and all of the bugs have been corrected through these firmware updates. This lens that I'm using, this happens to be the 18 to 55. It is a very, very popular lens, and it is the best kit lens out there out of any camera. That includes Fuji, excuse me, Panasonic, Sony, Canon, Nikon. It is the best lens out there in the market, regardless of what anybody says, because of the clarity. It has optical image stabilization, and it's a lens that's been around for a while. So for $12.99, you get a camera that's mature. You get the best lens that is zoom lens. So it's like that's like having a multiple prime lenses. It is not a super fast lens, but you don't need a super fast lens if you have proper lighting. All this, 1.8, 1.4, 1.2, mumbo jumbo stuff that they try to embed into you, you can do with this lens if you have the proper lighting. Okay, lighting is the key to be able to get good content. So I usually, and I think, I'll post a couple of photos, maybe, in this video showing you my setup of choice, okay, for this whole portable production. I choose for a proper studio setup to build upon the Fujifilm X-S10. I have right now, and on Best Buy, you can buy for $750 a brand new MacBook Air. It's the M1. All right, it's the M1. Oh my God. Oh, they're up to the M3. Well, really? If you're doing, content creation, if you're doing photos, if you're doing, editing for YouTube, you do not need an M2. You do not need an M3. You do not need a MacBook Pro. Okay, the MacBook Air is more than enough. The basic $750 MacBook Air, this, all right, plus the one that I'm using right now, a wireless, the Rode Wireless Go mic for $199, is more, and the Sennheiser, and this Sennheiser, which is only 79 bucks, is your basic kit that will get you started and will give you the ability to film and do just about anything that you want for content creation. Now, let's get back to this camera. Okay, this camera has some features that no other camera does, and I'm gonna briefly show you how I set up this camera. First of all, for vloggers, one of the most favorite thing is that it has this flippy screen. Look at this flippy screen. Okay, I can actually see myself. All right, let me turn it on so you guys can see. All right, see, I can actually see myself. Right there, I can see myself. You can see that I am filming on my iPhone 15, my iPhone 15 Pro, and you can see right there. All right, you can see the Rode that I am actually using, which is the Rode mic that I'm telling you about. All right, so you can see that right there. Okay, that's what I am filming on. All right, and it is incredible. All right, it is incredible. I got it set. It has 4 custom settings. Let me turn this off. It has 4. Look at this, 4 custom settings. And what I do with these custom settings I have in the Fujifilm line, right? It has what we call film simulations. But these film simulations, you can also add what we call custom film simulations. So what I've done is I've got 4 film simulations here. My C1 is a film simulation called Ilford HPS 400, okay, which is the one that was used back in the 60s and the 70s, all right, for newspaper print. It is a black and white film simulation that has a little bit grain, and so when I do these black and whites that I've been posting, that's what I'm using. All right, then I've got my C2. I have the Leica film simulation, which gives the colors exactly like if you were on a Leica. Then I got my C3. I have a Kodachrome, and then on my C4 I have I can't remember. It's one other one that I used, and those are my custom film simulations besides the film simulations that it has, right? And then I got my camera shooting, you know, which I can shoot, and I can program however I want my my actual video recording. When I put it on video recording, my settings for video recording do not get modified once I change it to manual or something else, because my film simulations, whether it's the film simulations, whether it's my settings, whatever it is that I set up my camera to do for film, that is how it stays. And so it is a camera that is so versatile, that has so much flexibility, that the reality is that, you know, this is all you need. This is really all you need. And then I'm going to show you something else. All right, I'm going to take this mic real quick, really off really quick, right? So you can, as I can show you this other feature that it has that I think is kind of neat. All right, kind of neat. All right, as you can see, okay, you can put another an external flash. But let's say you don't have an external flash and you want to take something. Well, guess what? This camera has a built-in flash as well. And so it's such a nice little setup. It's got a beautiful grip. Okay, you can see you can have, it's a nice grippy camera. You can see it there. It's got beautiful ergonomics, you know, so it's good. It is good. It is light. It is definitely something that I do very highly recommend. It is a mature camera, all right, that has had all of the firmware updates, and it works wonders. And the only thing that I can tell you is that you can see on my videos, okay, that I'm going to be posting, you can see the quality that it does. I have other cameras. The other cameras are bigger, okay, are bigger, like the XH2S, the XH2, even the XT4 that I have is a lot bigger. This is very, very compact. It's a very compact camera, as you can see right here. Very, very compact, you know, and this is all you need. This is all you need, you know. This a nice, simple laptop, you know, which I choose the MacBook Air, you know, for $2,300. Okay, this might just be the perfect Christmas gift for somebody that you love, or even for yourself if you want to start doing this kind of work. So definitely I do recommend it. The only thing that I have, which I didn't include, all right, in the price was, but I do recommend them, is these Beats earbuds. All right, that you can monitor all your stuff on your laptop, you know what I'm saying? So that's the only other thing that I actually use. So, you know, this is just a sort of a quick, you know, video letting you guys know that the latest and greatest is not always the greatest, because when you buy something that is too new, all right, it's going to have some sort of bugs, whether it's focusing, whether it's who knows, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is going to have some bugs, and that goes with any company. So if you want to be able to start something, you know, on a more solid, you know, ground, get yourself something that has the proper firmware updates, and that after you see all the firmware updates and you actually put all these firmware updates on the body as well as on the lens, you know, you end up with a solid, okay, camera. And this one here happens to be a very, very solid one, the Fujifilm X-S10. You know, I highly recommend, because of the flexibility, the weight, the lightness, you know, and it is enough, more than enough, okay, to be able to create content for YouTube, for Instagram, and even more. All right, you can do a lot more, not just you know, content for YouTube and Instagram. You know, it is a system that for $12.99, you know, which includes the lens. You can't go wrong. And on top of that, remember, for $12.99, if you buy it from Best Buy. I highly recommend buying it from Best Buy, because Best Buy is everywhere. All right, if it has a problem, you can just go to your Best Buy store right near your home and actually get it fixed, exchange it, whatever it is, their policies, their return policies, everything is a lot more convenient than having to send your camera across who knows how many states, all right, just to get it to, I don't know, like a B&H, Adorama, KEH, MPB, whatever it is, right? You can just go right to your neighborhood store, your Best Buy, and you're going to pay the same amount of price regardless of whether you buy it at Best Buy or whether you buy it at B&H. All right, the difference is Best Buy is right around the corner. You know, they carry this for $12.99. Very, very highly recommended. They also carry the XS10, which is $16.99. But the XS20, just like all the other cameras, the Sony FX30, you know, the FX3, all of those cameras still have bugs. They are not mature enough, okay, because firmware is still being developed to correct some of the bugs that it has. You know, this one here is mature. This is a mature camera, the Fujifilm X-S10. Highly recommended. And so anyways, you know, if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe, and I will bring you a lot more videos so that I can sort of give you my 2 cents, you know, my opinion, you know, and maybe something that might help you make decisions as to what gear is best, what gear I recommend. And so you can see some of the things that some of this gear can do. You know, just hit the button right somewhere underneath there, you know, and, you know, hit subscribe. That would help me and help you as well to grow a little bit this channel. Anyways, this is Charles Richard, and I'll see you on the next video. And if I don't see you, you have a wonderful holiday and a wonderful Christmas. Bye-bye.